Hey there, Fireflies. Mr. Hackman here. I hope you guys have all been doing well. I've heard you're doing a great job with your remote learning from your teachers, and I've even gotten to see some of the things that you've been doing. So I have really missed being able to see each of you every day and interact with you at school. So I was thinking about it, and I decided that, I'm going to do some videos where I can send them to your teachers to post on their Google Classrooms where I can share some things with you and be able to interact with you that way. And so I was thinking about it, and I was thinking, what do I want to make my videos about? Well, I am a firm believer that everybody should have a hobby, something that they're really interested in, something that they get just fun and enjoyment and entertainment out of. And for me, one of my hobbies is birds. And I have a few other hobbies, but I think that birds is a unique one, so I wanted to share that with you. So I'm going to do a series of videos about a particular kind of bird that I'm really interested in. Now, I started being interested in birds when I was probably about your age. I was in elementary school, and I became interested in a particular type of bird called the purple martin. And I'm still interested in them today, and they're one of my biggest hobbies. So I'm going to give you a little bit of background information today on what are purple martins, and then in my next video, I'm actually going to introduce you to the purple martins that live at my house. And you might think that's kind of interesting. That's kind of silly. Like, well, yeah, I have birds at my house too. Well, I hope to show you why purple martins are unique, and it's really something interesting to have living in your yard. So um, I am going to use a website from the Purple Martin Conservation Association to give you a little bit of background information on what are purple martins to begin with. So I'm on their website right now, and you can go to this website if you choose. It's called purplemartin.org or ORG, and it's called the Purple Martin Conservation Association because this is an organization that they exist and they're totally devoted to conserving this type of birds called the purple martin. So I think the first thing that we'll do is just show you what they look like. And you're probably seeing some pictures here scrolling on the screen, but I'm going to take you to a couple other pictures. So if you look here at this picture, this is a picture of an adult male purple martin, and you probably look at this picture and you can see why they're called a purple martin. Because although their feathers or their plumage is very dark black, you can see where the sun hits it just right, it looks bluish purple. And that is where they get their names from. But if I scroll down here, you'll see a couple of other birds, and they don't have that same dark black and purplish, bluish purple tint. And they also have a grayish white belly. So it is quite different looking than this one right here. And the difference is these are the females. So just like with a lot of bird species, the male and the females have different markings, different colorings, and there's actually reason for that when it comes to nature and survival. So um, the male and the female purple martin do look quite different. Something else I want to call your attention to, though, is their tail. So purple martins are a part of a family of birds called swallows. And you've probably heard, if you haven't heard of purple martins before, you've probably heard of swallows. So swallows are known for a few things. They're known to be very, very good flyers. They can fly very fast, very swiftly, or quickly, and they have these forked tails. So if you look at their tail, it's like it has a split in it, and that is characteristic of virtually all birds that are in the swallow family, including the purple martins. So that is what they look like, and I wanted to show you something else. So here's another thing that makes purple martins very unique. They, you may have seen before birdhouses that have a lot of holes in them and are up really high on a pole. Or you might have seen some of these big round white things hanging out in a field somewhere. Both of those things are usually for attracting this type of bird, the purple martin. So one thing unique about purple martins is they are very social species of birds, and they prefer to almost always live and nest together in groups. And these groups are called colonies. So whenever you see purple martin housing, it's considered to be a purple martin colony where a bunch of birds all live together. And they'll live in these big houses that have lots of holes, almost like a little motel or a hotel. And they will also live in these big white round things called gourds. Now, these particular gourds are actually fake gourds. They're made of plastic, but gourds are something that grow in a garden on a vine. And that's actually how some people attract them, is they grow this plant that grows these gourds, and then they allow them to dry out and hollow out, and they drill a hole in it, put it up high on a pole, and they attract purple martins that way. But the nice thing about these plastic ones is they'll last a whole lot longer. I'll show you another picture. Here's another picture of just some of the different kinds of purple martin houses. So at my house, here in my yard, I only have the gourds. I don't have any of the big houses. I have in the past, but I just have the gourds now. The martins really, really like them here, and I will show them to you in my next video. All right, and then there's a lot of information that I could share with you about them, about this type of birds, but I think I'm going to save that for another time. I hope that this makes you interested in watching some of my other videos, because in my next video, I hope to show you the birds that live in my yard. And in the future, I hope to give you a really, really close-up look inside the purple martin nests. Hopefully you'll get to see some of their eggs, and then eventually some of the babies when they hatch. So I hope that'll bring you back to watching the rest of my videos. And until the next video, keep on glowing, and I hope you guys have a great week.